everybody, welcome back to another episode of Get Inspired, Stay Inspired with me, Alicia. Welcome to you all, whether you are a YouTube subscriber, a podcast listener, whether you're just dropping in for a little peek. It's lovely to have you here, and as always, it's a joy for me to be here with you. And I love sharing my work with you and sharing my wisdom and all the kind of insights I've been gifted to share with you through my channel writing and my automatic writing. So overjoyed to have you here as always. And I'm looking forward to this episode. Hope you are too. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, please do so, because there's so much for you to learn, to catch up, and also so much that you can benefit from to basically be inspired, be empowered, and also kind of integrate what I've shared into your life. And if you've been doing that so far, don't forget to let me know in the comments below. And you know, if you're new, don't worry, you will easily catch up with us, and somehow we will bring you up to speed, and you'll be part of the family and be part of what I call an amazing journey. Because as I said, I do feel almost as if I'm on a journey, and those of you who are watching or listening, that you're on this journey with me. And so the more the merrier. And I hope, whether or not it's the beginning of the week or the middle of the week or the end of the week when you are dropping in on me, that somehow this week will be an amazing week for you, and that I can help be a part of that and to make your week special, or to enlighten you in some way that you may have thought, oh gosh, I didn't realize that, or wow, now something is beginning to sink in, or gosh, the pennies dropped for me and I now see things in a different way or a different light. And whichever way it is, you now feel as if, yes, you can move forward, you can be filled with more hope, more inspiration, and you name it, whatever it is. A lot of what I do is to help you integrate a lot of what I've learned through my teachings, help you integrate that into your life or your lifestyle, so that everything can change or begin to change for you as soon as possible. So what are we going to do this week? How are we going to get through the week? And what passage do I have to share with you today? Well, this is an interesting one because it's called A Sense of Joy. A sense of joy, okay? And the passage says, when I fail, let me have the strength to regard my failure, not with a sense of sadness, but with a sense of joy. Now, the first thing I kind of think about when I read this channel passage is that, you know, it's kind of difficult to kind of, I don't know if this is the right word, juxtapose sadness and joy when it comes to failure. You know, because hey, if you've experienced failure, something I've experienced many times in my lifetime, then it's hard to get yourself to view failure with a sense of joy rather than sadness. It's like, hang on a minute, how can we perceive failure with a sense of joy? This is absolute impossible. In a way, on a surface level, on a mind level, it can be perceived as an impossibility. But this passage is encouraging you. Remember, I've told you that the words that I write, the channeled words that I write, are for your soul. And it's obviously not easy for new people that are coming in to say, hang on, what's she talking about? I don't understand, I'm lost. don't worry, you will catch up. You must check out the previous episodes. But these words were written to resonate with your soul, not your mind. And you might be saying, how can I exclude my mind when, you know, I'm reading these words? And I've spoken in the previous episodes, of course, ways in which to do that. But, you know, essentially, you have to be coming from a soulful place so that the words can resonate within you. And what I do as part of this series is I read the words and interpret them from a soulful level for you and with you. And what I'm trying to teach you is ways in which you can start to interpret them yourself, and interpret them in a way that kind of resonates with your life, that empowers you, that supports you through the words. So even though I'm kind of giving my insight or reflection on the words, you'll start to get your own as you follow along. And, you know, the more series you watch, the better you're going to get at it. And, you know, you're going to be kind of giving me feedback on what you felt the passage meant, or how it was understood by you, and the deeper meanings that resonated with you. But for me, right now, the way I see it is, you've got the failure being associated with sadness. What else can you associate failure with other than sadness, other than a great sense of despair? Yes, that is what we do on a mindful level, because what I've explained before is the mind is associated with everything on the external. So when you fail, either in a relationship, or you fail in your business, or you fail at your job, or you fail at something you felt you were good at, you know, but you now feel as if you failed, you know, whether you feel you failed your exams if you're a student, or whether if you're an athlete or sports person, you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I should have done this instead of doing that. And with failure, we're going to look back with regret. There's no doubt about it. And associated with that failure is that deep sadness. But this passage is asking you to go one step forward, because, you know, it says, let me have the strength. And when it refers to strength, it means that inner strength, that soulful strength, that deeper place where the soul strength can support you. The soul strength can guide you. The soul strength can empower you to view things from a more soulful perspective, and thus from an empowered place. So with this passage, it's saying, let me have the strength to regard my failure. Okay, so that inner strength, it's calling on you today to take into account that inner strength, to fight this battle of failure from within, from that which exists within outwardly, not the other way round, okay? And that's from one of my other passages, which I shared earlier in the series, but by all means, it's got to come up again, because that is the core of my teachings and the core of my work. So, having the strength. Now, it didn't say from within, but that's what it means. That's what I interpret it to mean, because from a soulful place, you need to draw on that strength, okay? You have to look within, coming from a soulful place, when you regard failure, okay? And the place to draw that strength is from a soulful place. That is the deepest, original, empowering strength that you have, that exists in your life. It is the core of energy of who you are, okay? Now, I won't go too deep into that, okay? But using that strength, coming from that soulful place, you're asking to regard your failure not with a sense of sadness. In other words, from that strength, you're not going to perceive your failure only through tinted glasses and rose-tip lenses of sadness. Okay, we are by all means, when we fail, going to feel a deep, deep sense of sadness. But this passage is encouraging you to draw from a soulful place and not see your failure with a sense of sadness, but with a sense of joy. And you're thinking, how? How can I be joyful about my failure? How can failure equate to joy? Now, what the passage is saying is, the reason you must see your failure with a sense of joy is because it knows that through failure you are growing, you are becoming the person you are destined to be. This experience that has put you through failure is the making of you, not the destruction of you. Well, we could say it is the destruction of us because we failed. Yes, you could view it in that mindset way. But from a soulful place, it is not viewed in that way. It is viewed in a sense of overcoming the sadness. It is viewed in a sense of perceiving this as something joyful. Why? Because you are getting closer to your destination or your destiny. You are going to grow. You are going to learn. You are going to become someone else through this experience of failure. Do we want to go through failure? No way do we want to go through failure. But if it's to be, okay, and we look upon what we have been through and understand we failed, once you get over your sadness, where else is there to go? Are you going to wallow in your own self-pity and say, oh, I failed, there's nowhere else to go? Well, you can do that if you choose to. Or are you going to look upon your failure with a sense of joy, saying, wow, you know what? This is going to make me stronger. This is going to make me grow. This is going to ensure I do not make the same mistake twice, although some of us will go on to make that mistake again, you know, says she, having been through several failures in many aspects of my life, because, hey, we're only human. I'm human, you're human, so we are going to repeat the same failures. Not intentionally, of course, no way, but through our own misunderstanding or decision-making process, whatever you want to call it. But listen, don't worry, okay? Don't feel it's the end of the world. Don't see your failure as of this moment. Do not perceive your failure with a sense of sadness. Listen to the soul's whispers. Come from a soulful place and start to say to yourself, you know what? I have failed. I understand that. But you know what? I'm going to look upon my failure with a sense of joy, because I understand that through this failure, I am going to turn that corner. Through failing, I'm going to become someone else. My failure is teaching me, okay, not determining the destiny that awaits me. It is teaching me. Through my failure, I have learnt, or I will learn, to start again, to do it again, to go again, to believe in myself again, and try again. And guess what? If you fail again, guess what? You're going to keep trying. Who was that famous guy? I don't know. Was it Edison or someone that tried over 100 times with the light bulb or something like that? You know, take a leaf out of that kind of book, okay? And from a soulful place you can. Because as you know, the soul doesn't perceive you and your life and what your journey entails from a position of failure. Every failure that you encounter, the soul perceives that as knowledge and part of your journey of growth and learning. So it's always there to support you. It's always there to say, listen, go again. This is not failure, okay? This is success hidden or wrapped up as failure, okay? Your success is just about to be uncovered, or your success is just about to unfold before you. So do not feel sad. Do not feel as if this is gloom and doom. You can turn it around. And the minute you start to say, wow, look back on your failures and view them with a sense of joy and say, you know what? If it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't have done this. And if it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't have known this or that. Some of us might want to take a particular path and then failure crossed our path and then we chose something else and it was even better than what we intended in the first place. So sometimes that can happen. Sometimes you have to fail to grow. You have to fail to evolve as a person. Failure is that kind of catalyst for evolution. Okay, I know it's so hard to perceive it as that. It is really hard. But when you can start looking on failure in that way, you're truly evolving, you're truly growing, you're truly kind of getting in sync, soul synchronization with where you are destined to go and what you are destined to do, what you're destined to become, or what you are destined to kind of evolve into. And you will be changed, but it will be for the better, okay? However, if you allow your failure to fill you with sadness, to fill you with doom and gloom, to basically determine or dictate the next outcome or the next kind of direction in your life, and everything, you know, you say to yourself, oh my God, I failed. I can't trust myself to try again. You know, if you take that stance, then guess what? You're going to be stuck. You're going to be limited. You're going to be, you know, you're not going to evolve. You're not going to grow, and you're going to stay as you are. That's the bottom line. Stay as you are. But if you can grow, and if you can kind of try to reconnect those soulful bonds and say, you know what, I can look at the things I failed at, and even you can even, you know, bust out a smile and say, oh gosh, I should have done this, I should have done that. But you know what? I learned from this. I've grown from this. I'm going to overcome it. It's taught me something. I feel as if I'm evolving. You know, it's hard to say, you know, we failed, but we evolved, so what, you know. But that is failure. Sometimes we are destined to fail, because if we did not fail, we wouldn't have undertaken a new path, or we wouldn't have understood how to navigate the next step in our evolution or our path or our journey. That's how powerful failure can be. Now, I don't want to wish failure upon anyone. I've never wished it upon myself. And I don't want you to wish it upon yourself or anyone. No. We don't want to wish failure upon ourselves. But there's no other way to put it. It is an inevitable part of our progress and our life's progression. We have to embrace failure. We have to understand that no matter what, it is part of our journey. And when it comes along, don't let it defeat you. Don't let it destroy you. You say, I understood what went wrong, or I understood why I failed. But hey, that's not going to hold me back. That's not going to make me become a loser. That's not going to make me feel like I'm a failure. Even remember, if people perceive you as a failure, that's their opinion. That's their point of view, but it doesn't have to be your point of view. You know, if your parents, if your brothers, your sisters, your colleagues, your friends, your co-workers, if they perceive you as being a failure in any aspect of your life, then you know what? I wouldn't take it as personal or intentional. That's just their limited opinion or limited view. You don't have to buy into that, okay? You don't have to say, wow, they said it, I said it, so it's true. No way. Take your inner strength, manifest your desires, be ready to go again, okay? And take that soulful strength and ask for that inner guidance. Ask for that intuition. A couple of episodes back, I gave you the words to say. And by all means, you can say your own words in your own soulful way, okay? But essentially, you want to say to your soul, I'm ready to listen, I'm ready to grow, I'm ready to move forward. Give me the guidance, give me the wisdom and knowledge to do so, and it will. And I've explained to you that the answers can come in many shapes and guises, that it may come, you may have a dream, you may see a billboard, you may see something on the television, you may hear something from someone talking to someone else. A complete stranger may come up to you and say something, but the answers will be revealed, and be open to receiving. And once you get the guidance, once you get the knowledge, once you get the wisdom, remember, you can act on it, okay? Seeing things from a sense of joy turns everything around. It turns your failure into success. It turns your sadness from deep, deep despair into believing you can, into transforming the vision you have of yourself from something negative into something positive. It empowers you to overcome whatever the challenge is or whatever the limitation is. You can overstep it. You can evolve beyond it. You can grow beyond it in every way, shape and form, and every way possible, okay? So if you feel you're a failure today, please, from the inner aspect of things, from that soulful energy, take strength from a soulful level and use that strength to allow you to not perceive your failure with sadness, but with joy. And through joy, everything, including your failure, will be overcome. Okay? Well, I hope you've enjoyed that episode. I really enjoyed sharing that with you. Let me know in the comments things that have happened to you. What did you fail at? How did you overcome it? If this episode resonated strongly with you and you felt that you were beginning to sink with your failure, but you felt uplifted and empowered again, let me know. I want to know, okay? And if you have any questions, I will be doing a question and answer session, I'm sure. Just send through those questions. I will add them up and I will make sure they get answered, okay? So, or I'll do my very best to do so, depending on how many come through. But, you know, I definitely feel that with your wonderful support, with the wonderful kind of camaraderie we have between each other, that I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. That will be my joy and pleasure. And I hope you feel uplifted. I hope if failure has been your stumbling block, that you now feel kind of ready to go forward. And it doesn't matter what it is. it can be overcome, okay? It can be overcome. You've got to tell yourself that. And if I have been able to overcome my failures, and I can tell you there's way more than one or a couple, then so will you, okay? So, oh, I forgot my little bits that I normally say. If you have enjoyed this series, please feel free to share it. You know, the more the merrier. If you have kind of liked it so much, don't forget to give me a little thumbs up, you know, smash the like button, and yeah, just share it around. If you feel someone else can benefit from what I have to say, let them know about this channel. And you know, the more we grow, the more the merrier, as I always say. And if you would like to give me that extra special bit of your extra support, please check out my Patreon page. The link is in the description, and I would love to have you as a patron from the heart. If you're willing or feel able to support me in that way, I'll be overjoyed, really, really and truly overjoyed. So I can do more of this. I can focus on this. You know, my goal is to focus on this work 100%. And, you know, imagine me being able to do videos instead of what I'm doing now weekly, but several times a week. I can do it 100%. And you know what? I've got so much to share, so much to teach, so much of my written material to get out there to inspire people that, you know, I just look forward to the day. Maybe have a few people out there who can be part of a little team, and we can do more and more and more and more. So, I love you guys. Sending you love and light, and I love and leave you. Have a fantastic day, and look out for the next episode, which will be out soon. And yeah, take care of yourselves and each other as always, okay? Take care. Bye for now. Bye-bye.